Ladies and gentlemen, Josh Sanch, your host here on the Bodybuilding News Network. Of course, welcome back if you are a returning visitor, guest, friend here for another episode of Bodybuilding Daily, where we talk about all things hot topic and trending. As we are just under 2 weeks out from the Arnold Classic, we will be there in all of its glory, covering it and reporting on it. Hopefully we get a press pass, but if not, you can find us at the expo for all 3 days covering the Arnold Classic. But we're going to start off with 4 exciting stories for you this morning. Good morning if you're on the East Coast, and good afternoon if you're on the other way around, East Coast and West Coast. Good morning in the West Coast, and good afternoon on the East Coast. Now we have some physique updates, as you can see here, from William Bonac. The first iteration, the first 2 photos were recent physique updates around 2 weeks out, and the photos you're seeing now are approximately 3 weeks out from the Arnold Classic. And the question has to be asked, how competitive is William Bonac going to be at this Arnold Classic? He's placed second at a couple, at least, Mr. Olympias. Of course, fact check me down below, ladies and gentlemen. And of course, he has won the Arnold Classic Ohio in the past, recently in the past. So I don't want to say that he is not going to be a factor here. I still genuinely think he's going to be in that conversation for a top 5, top 4 finish. You have a lot of very exciting physiques, people like Big Ramy, Samson Dauda, Nick Walker, just to name a few. And of course, you have some wild cards like Akeem Williams, William Bonac. Justin Rodriguez is another one who's going to be a wild card. And I almost forgot about Andrew Jacked, who hasn't been sharing some physique updates this week. So hopefully we get to see some improved conditioning and physique updates from him coming into this Arnold Classic. But I am excited to see how well William Bonac does and if he can prove the haters wrong, as his recent Olympia placings kind of killed his momentum coming into this Arnold Classic. Someone who has all the hype and all the momentum coming into the Arnold Classic is Mr. Patrick Moore, sharing some, I think, very detailed physique updates coming into this Arnold Classic, like I said, about just under 2 weeks out. But, you know, this is something I want to talk about, and I'll let the footage roll for you for your entertainment, is we're not seeing a lot of leg and lower back conditioning physique updates from Patrick Moore, and that does worry me. Now, you are going to see in just a second a somewhat full body physique update as we switch over right now. Man, it's like magic. No, the footage is pre-recorded, so if you guys want to see behind the magic, and I commentate on the footage that I prepare as we roll through it. But I like this physique update. There's a lot to be desired when we talk about conditioning, but we still are 2 weeks out, so there's a lot of opportunity for him to make improvements. And then, of course, this is something he's already done, is he shared physique updates like this, doing the lateral raises, showing off the great, grainy, deep striations in the front deltoids and the anterior delts. This doesn't excite me as much as maybe some glute shots would. I know it sounds funny from me, but the glutes in the lower back really do tell a story. And, you know, we are going to talk about Big Ramy's glutes in just a second, as he possibly has posted, shared, maybe even leaked a recent physique update, and no one has been talking about it. So if it is up to date, if it is new, it is very exciting conversation to have. If not, I do apologize, disregard if you guys are watching this after the couple days. But Patrick Moore, going to be one of these guys in the conversation to, you know, is he going to be relevant? I don't know. Is he going to win? I don't think so. In the next up, we have Ramon Dino, and I don't know what I'm not seeing here, but every time I see physique updates from him, it just, in my head, he just looks undersized. And I don't know if that's because I've just been looking at 212 and open so much that when these, you know, top 2 guy, I mean, Ramon plays top 2 at the Olympia, you know, he comes into this show being the favorite to win the show. And it doesn't really give me a lot of a wow factor. So I don't know if it's just because he's flat in this video, or if I'm just so used to seeing freaks, monsters, that this doesn't give me the wow factor. And For all my Portuguese fans out there, BBB. No, I'm kidding. For all my Portuguese and Brazilian fans, I'm not trying to bash your boy. I think that a lot of Brazilian bodybuilders right now are in my top favorite, including Rafael Brandao. So I am a fan. I am an ally of the Brazilian fans. But there is just something about the physique that it just seems smaller. And maybe it's because I'm not a huge classic guy and I don't look at it too much. It could also be that when I look at him, I think of what he could be when he stands next to Chris Bumstead. And that's been the huge conversation lately. So that is something to keep in mind as we move forward just under 2 weeks out is, he looks phenomenal. I think he has really, really good conditioning. And I think that for the most part, I think he's a clear winner unless something goes wrong and maybe he just shows up a little too stringy. But I genuinely don't see that happening as we are, like I said, 2 weeks out from the Arnold Classic. And last but certainly not least, a little bit shorter of a video, but this Big Ramy physique update is quite long. And, like I kind of insinuated, as I mentioned just a little bit ago, I have not seen any other news outlets talking about this physique update. So that could mean that this is just snippeted from his Olympia prep. But, me being a media guy, I never remember seeing a physique update that looked like this, where he's in this lighting. When you look at the glutes, the hamstrings, the lower back, looks like pre-Olympia stuff. I don't see a lot of improvement when we look at the conditioning. The lower back looks similar. Something I kind of noticed, I know it's nitpicky and I'm sure you guys are going to, roast me for it, but I kept looking at the obliques in the side chest and, it didn't really wow me in the way that I'd like to be wowed. And I know maybe I sound like I'm just like crapping on the last two guys, Ramy and Ramon. That is not my intention. But when I look at this, it just isn't giving me the wow factor when I look at someone like Samson or Nick Walker. I mean, we just looked at William Bonac. And then yesterday we looked at Akeem Williams. So it does worry me about where he's going to place. It is a question of how much size is the judging panel at the Arnold Classic going to care? Like, is it going to be the priority for the judging panel there to look at the size and not the completeness? Because it happens a lot, ladies and gentlemen. It happens at a lot of shows where the judges are, let's be honest, they're more biased towards a more big and freaky physique like Akeem's versus someone who's a little bit more conditioned yet still similarly complete. And that happens time and time again. It's something that no one wants to talk about, but it is something that does happen. And I think it's silly for us to, as fans and for myself as a media person, to not look at it. But as I digress, as we get back to the physique update, it does, again, it makes me wonder where he's going to place at this Arnold Classic. He could have more conditioning coming in. He still has a little bit of time, so he could, cut the water, increase the diuretics. He could get one of those colon cleanses that Nick Walker got on the recent Mute in the Mouth episode. He was talking about doing a colonic. There we go. Colonic is the word. Maybe that helps him just lean out just a little bit more, but there isn't a lot that's worrying me, whereas in other showings it would. He can't fix the, crazy oil quad sweep he has. It's just so unnaturally unattainable. It's silly. And I wish he would have never done that to his legs, but, that is where we are. They're very imbalanced, and unfortunately, I think it's going to hurt him the rest of his career. So is he going to make a comeback? Is he going to win the Arnold Classic? I don't think so. I think this is a Nick Walker show, and that'll do it for this show. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching. Thank you for watching another installment of Bodybuilding Daily, where we talk about all things hot topic and trending in the world of bodybuilding. Again, thank you for everyone who has joined. I saw a really cool comment. I wish I had it prepared here. As someone said, like, what a cool channel to find when I'm eating breakfast in the morning. And, of all the things that's happened in the last year, that really, it means a lot to me. And for me to try to have these videos out for you every morning is something I can do to help bring some light to your day. So when you guys comment and say nice things, and sometimes even when you tell me, hey, Sanch, your audio's all jacked up, that means something too. Maybe it doesn't make me feel good. Maybe it's like, ah, crap, I probably should have re-listened to it all the way. But, it is what it is. I appreciate every single one of you, all the super fans. I appreciate you as well. I'm not wearing my Bodybuilding News Network, but you can go to bodybuildingnews.net and you can purchase some merch if you want. Otherwise, I can officially say it myself, and Old School Bodybuilding Clothing Company, Scott, is the owner. We have done a very cool collab shirt. I'll make sure I post it here for you to see if you guys want to purchase that. I don't know if it's on the website yet, but it will be at the expo in the Arnold Classic. So make sure you guys keep an eye out for that. If you are at the Arnold Classic, please purchase the shirt. And of course, that's going to help me kind of budget out for the next show, because we do have a lot of different shows coming up in the near future. For all my super fans that are still hanging out to this point of the video, we will be at the LA Fit World. It's an NPC and men's physique and classic physique and maybe even bikini and figure pro show, and also an NPC show. So we will be there April 1st. So I'm putting it out right here. And then hopefully my co-host and lead female correspondent, Danielle Willis, IFBB Women's Bodybuilding Pro Olympian, will join us to help us out with all the women's coverage at that Fit World. So some exciting stuff, lots of exciting stuff happening in 2023 here on BNN. And I'll leave it there, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe if you're already here at this point in the video. You've already subscribed. You're one of the super fans. I genuinely appreciate you guys. I really do. It's been a really hard year. So take care. Have a good night. Have a good day, as this will be the morning for you. And I'll see you guys in another one.